name's Dan from DSI Maintenance. I'm going to walk you through on how to shut down some essential services in your restaurant. We're going to be shutting off the mains water, the gas, we're going to shut down your boiler, we're going to shut down the secondary return pump, and we're going to shut down the water softener. All stores have various variations of these, but essentially what I'm going to show you will work in all aspects. The first thing we've got to do is turn off the secondary return pump. It will look like this, or it will have a different colour, possibly red, possibly blue, yellow or black. The indicator that it's got is Grundfos. We need to follow the cable that's attached to the pump, and we need to turn this off. If the pump is vibrating, it is still on. We need it so it does not vibrate. Follow the cable and turn off the switch. For those of you with a Rapax boiler, this is switched off simply by the isolation button into the off position. If it does not have a isolator like this, it may have a plug. Unplug it. If it has a switch like this, then press it down. For those sites that have got gas boilers, you're going to have an alpha gas boiler. This could be an Intech 34, a 35, an Intech 2, or an Intech 33. What we need to do is turn off the boiler ignition switch and the circulation pump. What we're looking for is a timer like this or similar. And what we need to do is need a display from the boiler to go off, and we need the display for the timer to go off. What we're after primarily is the boiler display to go blank and not display anything. If you can find the cable attached to the boiler, follow it to the switch and turn the switch off. The display for the boiler will go blank. The same again, you may find a switch with a boiler ignition. Turn this off. For a boiler that has a megaflow, which has multiple elements, please find the switches and switch these switches off. The displays will go blank. The boiler is then off. The next thing we need to do is isolate the water softener. Most of the stores, they're in blue like this. They may be black. Alternatively, you'll have a large water softener with a cylinder in which you fill with salt. What we need to do is we need to turn these off. And we need to do that by turning off the valves. This one has blue lever isolations. This one is in the direction of the pipe. What we need to do is put it across the pipe. We do that by this. This one fits now across, this is off. There is a third one, and this is what they call the main store bypass. This needs to be screwed down to the right, so this is down. Left is loose, right is tight. This one needs to be down and these needs to be off. That's the water softener isolated. The same applies to a Culligan's. You'll see 3 valves like this. They all need to be turned to the right. The next thing we need to do is isolate the ovens. We're going to do this by isolating the gas valves and the rotary isolators, or unplug it for stores that don't have these switches. We do that by firstly the switch to the off position, and the lever valve, this one is in the direction of the pipe. This lever valve needs to be pushed so it is across the pipe, and the same with the bottom deck. This valve needs to be across as well. Make sure both switches are off and the valve is across the pipe, the lever handle is across the pipe. Okay, now we've turned everything off in the store, we need to turn the main water and the gas off. You'll usually find these either together or in a separate cupboard externally, or close to your water softener, or within a designated area at the front of a restaurant. This one's outside. For the gas valve to be off, it needs to be across the pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the gas valve off. This is now across the pipe and is off. The next thing we need to do is we need to isolate the main water. You'll know it's water, it'll have a meter on it, and it will have a valve like this. Alternatively, like you saw with the water softener section, it will have a lever isolator valve. This needs to be across the direction of the pipe, like this. I'm going to now turn this to the right. This you'll feel is going inside towards the pipe now. Keep turning until it stops, and then you're isolating the main water. That's now isolated. If you followed all these procedures correctly, then you would have reduced the risk to store while it's closed. If you are struggling with any of the items, email reactive@dsimaintenance.co.uk. We'll try and be as helpful as we can. And with the coronavirus, stay in and stay safe. Bye.